Today I wanted to talk about why I stopped fooling around with homes and went all in on mobile home parks and RV parks. So for years, I wholesaled houses, I flipped houses, I wholetailed houses, all that stuff. I bought them, I've got a portfolio of them, I've had a lot more of them in the past. But here's the thing, is yeah, we had big months, we had good months, but just like any business, it takes money to make money. And my marketing spend would have to increase, my personnel would have to increase. It's a whole ass company to do with anything, but with wholesaling. And I just feel like with all the wholesaling mentorships, gurus, classes, groups, everything out there right now, it's so saturated, and that's with any business. That's not an excuse. It's just you can win even when things are saturated. So don't get me wrong. But there's so many people out there just getting things under contract super high and they're just doing it wrong. They're beating sellers down after they have no idea what they're doing, I guess. They don't even own a house. They maybe never own their own, and they're trying to wholesale houses across the country or whatever. It's just, I don't know. I just got tired of even being in that realm. Even though I still did well, I can get on the phone, have a seller call, and do really well. That's one aspect I wanted to remove myself from. I'm just not a big fan of the industry anymore. It's just bottom line. And another thing is we made a minimum on we call them ribs, but commissions, our wholesale fees, sorry. And it's okay, we won't work less than $20,000 wholesale fees. And people getting in spaces I do anything for $20,000. It's I get it, but there's expense that comes with that. There's time. The thing is, you got to know to do well in wholesaling is you got to smile and dial all day, every day. Follow-ups are huge all day, every day. It's a full-time job. A lot of people get into it thinking they're going to replace their income. They're going to replace their job. Some people do, but it's a big struggle bus. Very, 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 very rarely do I meet a wholesaler that is actually doing well consistently, right? Very, very rare. It happens, and it's very possible. So I'm not trying to discourage anybody from that. It's just okay, we make these $20,000 ribs. We have this big month. We do well. The profit margin's great this month. Great. Next month, it starts over. Okay, we got to do it all over again. We start at zero every month. And I couldn't shake the feeling that starting at zero every month was really what was nagging me. I couldn't figure out what it was. And I'm look, I want to build wealth. I want to build personal financial wealth, right? On a personal financial statement, if you ever do yours, it tells you your net worth, and fortunately early on, I bought a lot of real estate, did really well with it, had a lot of equity, and I built most of my net worth early on doing that, not wholesaling. I wholesaled later in life, because I was man, cash, and, really, I was how can I just only build my net worth and still make cash? And mind you, if you listen to any other previous podcasts, videos of me, whatever, I had bought my first mobile home park during a divorce because I was going to go mobile home park hack it. Ended up being ghetto, so I kept it and flipped it a couple years later, made a couple $100,000, whatever, which is cool. And then my second park I ended up moving into a mobile home park hack. But through that experience, and that mobile home park that I hacked, that I lived in, I bought it for $750,000, none of my own money. I've talked about it in previous videos. And I ended up refinancing it for for $2.2 million. So like, put that in perspective. Like, I made over $1 million buying a park. All right, like, and it brings me cash flow every month, net positive $10,000 a month cash flow. So it's like, why am I chasing? I've done a lot of like soul searching, a lot of thinking, and like, why would I chase like these wholesale fees instead of spending all my attention looking for mobile home and RV parks? Because I'm really good at it. Like, I've done it, I've proven it, I've done the value add. So multiple times, it wasn't luck, and I've learned a ton in the process. So then, like, get this, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it again. So I go find another park, 140 unit this time, and like, I get the money. Like, people want to give me the money for it, right? And we structured so like we have no debt for the first couple of years, which I'm not taking dividends off of it, but I am getting paid through acquisitions and dispo of units, so I'm filling it up. But the thing is like, the first round of mobile homes we put in, I put 4 in. I got 100,000 from the people I'm working with, and put 4 homes in, all in with that, because I find used homes, good deals, other videos, right? But out of that, I created $4,000 a month in cash flow. So it's like, that's a really good return with note revenue of like 140,000. So it's just like a really good return. Plus, my net worth goes up every time I do this because I own 50%, right? So every time I increase NOI, which is net operating income, my net worth goes up, all right? Because the value of the park goes up. Then I buy another, right? And like, same thing, right? Anyways, in, I don't know, less than a year, I add a couple $1 million to my net worth, right? You can't eat net worth. It's not, it's not available right now unless somebody were to sell, refinance, whatever. But the thing is if I was just wholesaling, I wouldn't be building that net worth, that cash flow, let alone the cash flow from those parts that I just told you about is very substantial. So I just, like, any job, any bit, like real estate agent, all that stuff, it's like every month you got to start over, and to do well, you just need a badass team. They got to be able to hustle all the time, and that's fine. But like, when I look at my long-term goals, it's not to like hustle forever. Don't get me wrong, I love hustling. It's like my wiring. But now, if it does not increase my net worth, I don't want to do it. Like, I literally say no. And don't get me wrong, we still have some deals, like single family deals we're wholesaling right now, but they were like low-hanging fruit from ads we had coming in. I'm not running any marketing for that stuff anymore. Everything I do is like for mobile home parks, sorry. And in like next videos and stuff, I'll show you like how I'm finding these mobile homes for good deals, all the ins and outs of them. But I kind of wanted to explain like why I'm doing this, Appreciate y'all hopping on today. And if you have any questions, you could DM me on Facebook, Travis Wells. My Instagram's Travis Clay Wells. This podcast is Property Profits. Would love for you to share it. Not running any paid ads. And yeah, until next time.